Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Shri Radhe. Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram. Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva. Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Harinam Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai.
So welcome you all to our Sunday Feast program. Generally don't have sunshine in stock, but because you all brought sunshine today, it's nice and bright. Nice to see you, Amanda and Andrew again today. Katrina Mataji, nice to see you. And we have Diksha as well. Diksha, welcome to our Sunday Feast program. So today we're going to talk about a very great devotee named Haridas Thakur. Anybody heard his name before? Haridas Thakur? The glory of this devotee is unlimited. It is said that Lord Ananta, even he likes to glorify Haridas Thakur. So, couple of weeks back on Ananta Chaturdashi day, that was his disappearance day. So today we'll talk about how he lived his life and why he was so dear to Lord Chaitanya that he gave him the title of Namacharya. Acharya means the authority. He is the authority in chanting the holy name of the Lord. You know, what made him so qualified? That Lord Chaitanya personally gave him this title. And how he lived his life, what kind of faith he has in the chanting of the holy name, and how he left his body. So some of the points that we'll discuss today, and many lessons we can learn from this one. We cannot be Haridas Thakur, but we can take some of the qualities what Haridas Thakur had, and you can imbibe those qualities. Then our life will be perfect. There won't be anything to improve. Our life will be just perfect. So let's do Harinam, Mangalacharan, and then we'll start the class. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava बिहारी जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, as I said earlier, we're going to talk about today about the Haridas Thakur. We learn from our scriptures that why this world is created, what is the purpose of this world, and what we are supposed to do here. Isn't it? These are the basic questions we ask, and our answers are there in the scriptures. So we won't go in detail of why we are here, just a little synopsis of the idea behind this world. The first and foremost instruction in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, Dehosmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhiras tatra na muhyati. As embodiment soul passes through this body from boyhood, from childhood to boyhood to the grown up, then it grows old, then he dies. This is the universal thing happening all the time. It's not that it is only happening to the Indians or Americans or Britishers or men or women or rich, everyone. They are born, they grow, they become old, then eventually they die. So, an intelligent person will ask the question, why am I forced to go through this cycle again and again? Krishna says, as the soul, we are not this body, we are a spirit soul. And spirit soul is transmigrating from body to body. Once we are in this body, according to our karma, we'll get the next body. It might not be necessarily human body, or it might be human body, or it may be even better than the human body. According to our karma and what we deserve, that kind of body will be given in the next lifetime. And then, when you ask the question, why am I here? Because we all wanted to enjoy separate from Krishna. We are envious of Krishna. Actually, we were there in the spiritual world, enjoying with Krishna all the time. But one fine day, we decided, no, we do not want to serve Krishna. So we came here in this world. We came here for these two purposes, to enjoy and to control. Everybody in this world trying to do these two things, to enjoy and to control. And you see it everywhere. What is that English saying? When a pauper is proud of his penny. Is that a saying? Yeah. And a pauper, who is a beggar, who has 1 penny, and he says, I have 1 penny. So you do not have 1 penny, I have 1 penny. Everybody is proud. He says, I'm the controller. With this 1 penny, I can control. I can control some of the things. And then, then in the animal kingdom, they have their own house, their nest, or their cave, or whatever, and they're controlling that part of the land. Then the humans, they say, I have my house, I have my country, this is my race, this is my, humanity, I'm only work for the humanity. So we all want to control. So we want to control and we want to enjoy. And we get entangled into this, in the pursuit of controlling, in the pursuit of enjoying. Nobody is controlling, nobody is enjoying. We all want to control and we all want to enjoy, but what is the result? Can you all say you are able to control what you want to control in your life? Just take our body. Who likes to become old? No, nobody. But we are all getting old. We are forced to. We cannot control. We want to enjoy. How much you can enjoy. There's a limit to enjoyment. Suppose, say one example, say you would like to watch movie. How many movies you can watch? Nowadays, in old days, you have to go to the cinema, buy a ticket, stay for 3 hours and watch the movie. Nowadays, the movie is everywhere. In your house, you pay some money to some streaming company and you have the movies all the time. How many movies you can watch? After 2-3 hours, your head will start aching. The things you like the most, you want to enjoy. How much you can enjoy? Very little. So you want to eat. How much you can eat? If you can eat more, in fact, you will be more miserable. Music. How much music you will enjoy? Now, there is a chart, sometimes one song is on top. The next week some other song is on top. It is all changing. How much music you can enjoy? So even in the pursuit of enjoyment also, we are practically not enjoying anything. In pursuit of control also, we are not controlling anything. So the person who is intelligent, he says, wait a minute, I want to control and I want to enjoy. But it's not happening. Why it is not happening? He will ask the first question. And if he is more intelligent, then he'll come and approach the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, where Krishna will tell him, my dear son and daughter, you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. You are my part and parcel. If you come back to me, you will always enjoy. You will be relieved from this misery of controlling and enjoyment. You will come back to me. And then that soul asks the question, Krishna, how do I come back? So Krishna says, well, you came with your own choice. You can only come back with your own choice. Krishna has given complete freedom. And as a God, he does not enforce anything. He says, you came in this world to enjoy. Now, if you want to come back, it is your choice. So when we make that choice, then we ask the question to Krishna, Krishna, how do I come back? I want to come back. How do I come back? Then Krishna, he gives the set of instructions. In different time, place and circumstances, he gives different instructions. So this age, it is called Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. No, so not a nice way to describe this age, no? The age of enjoyment and happiness, no. The age of quarrel and hypocrisy. You know how many quarrels are happening in this world? All the time. Once Prabhupada, he was walking in a garden, and someone said, Prabhupada, it is so nice, these trees and these birds, they are all, such a wonderful place to, enjoy. Prabhupada says, what you're seeing is just outside. But inside, the trees, they're fighting for the space. The roots, they're fighting. The birds, Twitter, have you heard Twitter? They're tweeting, tweet. And what are they asking each other? Where is the food? Where is the food? Where is the food? In the morning they get up, and they try to find a food. They find a food, and then they are afraid. Have you seen a pigeon eating? Pigeon is considered the sign of peace. But actually, pigeon has ever a peace in his life. Actually, pigeon is the most scared bird. When pigeon is eating, he's just eating like this and then watching around. If anybody's around, and anybody's come to hurt me. There's always an anxiety. There's always quarrel going on, and hypocrisy. People say something and do something else. Cheating. This age is quarrel and hypocrisy. So earlier, the time was bit better, and before that, it was even much better time. And earlier, it was the best time. So these are called yugas. There was Satyuga, which was the best time. Where everybody had a very long life. People were very peaceful. Then came the Treta Yuga. Then the standard became a little lower. People were living little lower, little shorter. And then came Dwapar Yuga, and then came Kali Yuga. So in every age, Krishna gives the process that by following this process, you can come back to me. So in Satyuga, the process was meditation. That in those days, people used to live for at least 100,000 years. Not 100 years, 100,000 years. So in those days, they were very healthy, they were very peaceful. So in that age, Krishna gave the process called meditation, yoga. So you go to a forest, you find a nice quiet place, and then you half close your eyes, don't go to sleep, your back erect, you meditate on the Paramatma in your heart, the Krishna in the heart. And how long do you think they will do this? 10 minutes? This is what we do, no? 10 minutes of dhyan. They would do it for minimum 60,000 years. Minimum 60,000 years. And some would be successful, some would not be. And if they are perfect in that yoga, it is said, they will take this chakra, and then the yogi at the pinnacle of his, achievement of yoga siddhis, the soul will, come to the top of the skull, will break open the skull, and will go, to the destination where it wants to go. Can we do the yoga in this age? Can we do yoga in this age? No, the yoga they do in Satyuga. No. It's too high. So yoga is not at all the recommended process for this age. And then, the time was bit deteriorated, and then people used to live for 10,000 years. Again, much better than us. People were very rich, very peaceful, calm. So in those days, Krishna gave the process of fire sacrifice. In this fire sacrifice, you bring nice qualified rich pandit, and then they will, do the chant mantras, have pure ghee, you know, and it requires lots and lots of wealth to do fire sacrifice. Uh, uh, have you heard of this Ashwamedha Yajna and Gomedha Yajna? It will take billions of pounds to do one sacrifice. And some kings, they would do 100 sacrifices like this, throughout their life, because they live 10,000 years. In the fire sacrifice, they'll have the pure ghee. What is the price of ghee now? It's very expensive. That also we're not sure whether it's pure or not. They have some chemical in it. And on the priest that would do the fire sacrifice, they were so pure, that with their mantra chanting, the fire will just appear. Now our priests, they have to light a matchstick, to get the fire. And all the utensils used, they were all gold. And at the end of the fire sacrifices, these utensils are given as a charity to the priest and those who need it. And nowadays, if you do a little fire sacrifice in the house, people even struggle to get a copper vessels. People have plastic cups, plastic spoon. So we can't even do fire sacrifice nowadays. Some sacrifices we can do, but not at the standard what used to be. And then came the Dwapar Yuga. In Dwapar Yuga, the life became a little more shorter now. Now people used to live for 1,000 years. And in that age, Krishna gave the process of deity worship. That you install the deity of Krishna in a temple, built a huge temple, and worship Krishna with the purest ingredients, with the proper rules and regulation. But even that is becoming very difficult now. Our devotees, in a Hare Krishna movement, we in ISKCON, we have many temples. And temples who have a deity, they have, the most active department, when you have the deity. It said in our temple, to have the deity in the temple, you have to have at least 10 full-time Brahmins. Full-time means not part-time, right from morning till the evening, they are in the temple. And they're looking after the deities. The Krishna wakes up in the temple at 4 o'clock in the morning. So if Krishna wakes up 4 o'clock, the pujari has to wake up at 3 o'clock. And he wakes up, he has to give him, the freshly made sweet you to offer him. And then, he's at Mangalarti 4:30, then you offer Mangalarti to him. And then, Krishna is freshly dressed, freshly made garland. Then at 7 o'clock, there is a Shringara Arti where Krishna is offered another offering before that. Then throughout the day, there are at least 5 offerings for Krishna. And then you have to sing for Krishna, clean the altar. It's a 24/7 job for at least 10 people. At least. And if you have more deities, then you have a whole department. In our Mayapur, it's not even department, it's an army. The army of pujaris. There's Radha Madhav and Ashtasakhi and Nrsingadev. Now in the TOVP we'll have, even more, the Guru Parampara. So even looking after deity, is very difficult job. So then came Kali Yuga. In the Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. The life is very short. In Bhagavatam, there's a description of Kali Yuga, which I will not tell you in advance. We might become, we'll have a nervous breakdown. He says, this is what I am. Sada Udvigna. In Kali Yuga, all the living entities are always miserable all the time. You might say, no, sometimes I am happy. But as per scriptures, the Kali Yugans, we are always, not happy. We have a very short life. As per scriptures, in a Kali Yuga, people live for 100 years. But nowadays, hardly anyone even lives for 100 years. If somebody stays for 70, 80 years, you say, oh, he had a good innings, he did well. 80 years, it's a long life. Yeah, well done, Mataji. Oh, yeah, we wish you a very long life, Mataji. Please chant and, I wish you a very long life. But now we can't even reach 100. I think recently I saw an article of some lady somewhere in country. She's oldest living right now, 120 years. But compared to us, in Dwapar they used to live 1,000, before that 10,000, before that 100,000. So we don't have long life. We are always unlucky. There is not a good luck. One calamity after the other. It is coming one after the other. Anyway, but in short, this is a very difficult age. So Krishna, being a very merciful father, he said, in this age you can't do meditation out of the way. You can't do fire sacrifices out of the way. You can't do deity worship out of the way. The most you can do is chant my name. So in this Kali Yuga, the recommended process is Nama Sankirtan. Chant Krishna's name. And for that chanting Krishna's name, Krishna says, there is no hard and fast rule. You can chant anytime, anywhere, wherever you are. Anytime you can chant. Sometimes he says, some people ask, can I chant without taking bath? Of course, if you want to chant without taking bath, you can take, you can chant. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sharva Shaktis. That there is no hard and fast rules for chanting Krishna's name. So, Nama Sankirtan, it is called Yuga Avatar. Yuga Dharma. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Yuga Avatar. He came to give us this process of Nama Sankirtan, and then he appointed someone as the authority of chanting the name of Krishna, and that is Srila Haridas Thakur, that whose life and pastimes we're going to discuss today. So Haridas Thakur, when a Lord wants to give, appoint somebody as the authority in chanting the name of Krishna, that means he must be very well qualified. One who has, expert in chanting the name of Krishna. One who has the extreme faith, in the effect and the process of chanting of Hare Krishna. So Haridas Thakur, he was born in a family in those days considered a very low birth. So he was born, and right from his childhood he got attracted to chanting the name of Krishna. So he would chant all the time. But his community says, you are following some foreign religion. So they rejected him. Nobody respected him. And so-called Hindus on those days says, you are not from our religion. So they also did not respect him. So Haridas Thakur, nobody was respecting him. This is what happens when you chant Hare Krishna. Nobody respects you. Are you all ready? Especially those from Indian background, when we first start chanting Hare Krishna, then the parents get worried. Said, if you become chant Hare Krishna, you will become sadhu. Then you will not have money, you won't get married. What will happen to this house? I spent so much time in building this house. What will happen to it? How our dynasty will progress? If you don't have children, how my vansh will go ahead? So much trouble. And then if we still continue, then parent becomes angry with you. Says you don't even follow your parents. This is what Hare Krishna teach you, not to respect your parents. So when you start chanting Hare Krishna, or if anyone who becomes serious in bhakti, in Krishna consciousness, the first thing happens is they lose respect. Jesus Christ, when he was on this earth, how many people respected him? Very few. So you see, that's a history. Once you become interested in going back home, back to Godhead, and follow that process, people think you're mad. You're not part of this community, and what you're doing is wrong. But Haridas Thakur, he continued. In fact, he thought people not respecting me is good, because then I have no problem. I have no, I don't have to protect my, respect or my pratishtha or my, my status in the society. I'm fine, let them not respect me. But those who are pure devotees, they had immense respect for him, like Advaita Acharya. And all the Vaishnavas at that time, they considered Haridas Thakur as the most pure devotee. There's an English saying, isn't it? Somebody told me the other day, it takes one to know one. Yeah? So those who were pure devotees, they respected him like anything. It is said at one time, at Advaita Acharya's house, Advaita Acharya was a very well-respected Brahmin, Vaishnav, at that time in Navadvip. And in his house, there was a Shraddha ceremony. I don't know those who are Indian right now, the Shraddha Paksha is going on. And in the Shraddha ceremony, you invite all your guests and you feed them nice Krishna Prasad. But the first plate, you give it to the most qualified person, in the gathering, or the most qualified Brahman. And Advaita Acharya, he would give the first plate to Haridas Thakur. Says he is the most qualified person. So Haridas Thakur was well respected in Vaishnava community. But the other, in his own community and so-called religious community, he was really disrespected. So I will just narrate one or two, pastimes from his life, how, he was. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please have a seat. His faith in chanting of the Hare Krishna. Once, he was invited to a gathering where the glories of, holy name was, discussed. And Haridas Thakur, he proposed, saying that holy name is so powerful that even the Namabhas, even what is the bhas, what is it called in English? Even the resemblance of the holy name, even have just the resemblance of holy name, even that will liberate you from the cycle of birth and death. What is Namabhas? Like, in one tradition, they call something haram. Haram means something which is not nice, not good. Haridas Thakur says, even somebody says haram, he'll be liberated, because in haram, there is a word Ram. So he says haram. No problem, there's a Ram. So even you have just the resemblance of the holy name. If you are not chanting the holy name, just the resemblance of holy name, even that will liberate you. Then we have so many stories about this. Anybody remember any story about even the resemblance of holy name had saved him? There's a famous story of, I forgot his name. It was just here in my head. Ajamil. Anybody heard the story of Ajamil? Okay, someday we'll have the one class on just Ajamil. So Ajamil, he was in his deathbed. He was about to die. And, he saw when people die, it is said, it was some time before I died, so I don't remember how I died. But he said, when you are dying, you see all these Yamadutas, they who are coming to get you. You can see them. Only exclusive vision. Nobody can see them, but you can see them if you are dying. So he was dying, and these horrible creatures, Yamadutas, they were about to take him to the Yamlok. And he got really afraid. And he started shouting. He was shouting to his most beloved person, who was his youngest son. And his name was Narayan. He says, Narayan, Narayan. He was not calling Krishna. Narayan is one of the name of Krishna. He says, Narayan, where are you? Narayan, where are you? And as soon as he chanted Narayan, the Vishnu Duta came at the same place. And they told Yamadutas, your jurisdiction is over now. You have no right on this soul. Yamaduta says, do you know how many sins he has committed in his life? This is the record. Shall I give it in a USB drive? You can have a look at it some other time. He said, Vishnu Duta says, whatever it is, he chanted the name of Narayan at his last breath. So he is now going back home, back to Godhead, to Krishna. He said, how is this possible? He did not even call Narayan, he was calling his son. He was not calling Krishna. No matter what he was doing, he chanted the name of Narayan. That's it. Yeah. So this is the power of chanting the holy name. Even the resemblance, even if you are not meant to chant that name, you are just chanting out of fun. Sometimes we go on Harinam, and then we're chanting on the street, and some drunkard comes with a beer can in his hand. Hare Krishna, they're just making fun of us. But do you know what is happening to him? After some time, he's going back to Godhead. Because someday he was chanting with his beer can in his hand. He was chanting Hare Krishna. It's just a matter of time that someday he's going back home, back to Godhead. Either in 1 year or 10 years or this lifetime or next lifetime, even after 10,000 lifetimes, he's definitely going back to Godhead because he chanted the name of Krishna. As Haridas Thakur said, this is the power of the holy name. Even if you chant in resemblance, even if you're not sincere. And when this assembly heard him, he said, Haridas Thakur, you're too extremist. This cannot be true. How can, just the resemblance of the Lord's name can save you? So this is what is there in the Shastra. Then Haridas Thakur gave so many proof from the Shastra. He was a great scholar. And then, one very envious person, he said, Haridas Thakur, if what you are saying, if it is not true, I curse you that in 7 days' time, you will have a leprosy and your nose will fall off. Haridas Thakur said, I am ready to accept that. If what I am saying, it is not true, let my nose fall off. I don't know anybody knows this disease called leprosy. Nowadays it is almost gone. But in those days, it was a very, horrible disease. Your whole body will just melt, and you will lose all your parts of the body. But opposite happened. After 7 days, the person who was cursing him, he lost his nose. Because he had no faith in the chanting of the holy name. Now, Haridas Thakur, there are many stories, we can narrate. Throughout the day, he would chant the name of Krishna. He would chant 300,000 names of Krishna every single day. 300,000 names of Krishna every single day. If you convert it into the mala, the japa mala that we do, it is about 192 rounds each day. And if you try to convert it into minutes, how many minutes does it take? It takes about 22 hours to chant 192 rounds. And he will do it every single day. I know there is one group of devotee, they said, Haridas Thakur did it every day. Let's get together and do it for one day. Let's chant 192 rounds in one day. And they could not finish. It just, takes so much energy out of your body. But Haridas Thakur, it is some rounds he would chant loudly, some rounds he would chant, whisper, and some rounds in the head. But it will take, lots and lots of time of your day, chanting 192 rounds. And how many hours you are left with? Within that leftover time, he will sleep, he will eat, he will take bath. You have to take care of your body. He will read the scriptures. He He will meet the people, he will preach the people, he will preach the people about the glories of the holy name, wherever he'll meet. He was super busy man. Super busy man. He was not like my 192 rounds done, okay, I'm going to the bed. No, I go to preach. These people are suffering in this world, let me preach to them. So he will preach to them. And there was, at one time, he was becoming so popular. People just loved him, because of his faith in the holy name. And it is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. People become envious of you. So they are smart Brahmins, the so-called Brahmanas, they become very envious of him. And he said, Haridas Thakur, you are chanting so loudly, and because of you, everybody else is chanting so loudly. And right now, Vishnu is sleeping in his yoga nidra. Vishnu is sleeping, if you see, he's sleeping on the Anantashesh. So he's sleeping. When you are sleeping, you should not make a sound, otherwise he'll wake up. So don't chant loudly, you should chant slowly. Haridas Thakur says, where in the scripture it is said you have to chant slowly? Rather, it is recommended you chant loudly. And then he quoted the scriptures. Says when you chant loudly, not only you get purified, but all the bacteria and so many living entities around in the house, they get purified. If you are walking on the street, if you just chant Hare Krishna, passing by a tree, the tree hears the name. When will the tree hear the name? He can't go anywhere. Can the tree come to the Hare Krishna center and hear the holy name? He can't come. But a devotee passes through the tree. He hears the name. He gets purified. And it is said that holy name, is eternal. When you chant the holy name of the Lord, it stays in the air. And whoever passes through that air, even he gets purified. So they become, they could not defeat Haridas Thakur, in this proposition. So they, well, we can switch on the light. No, this, switch on the light. So they complained, the local king. He said, this king was Muhammadan, Islamic king. He said, this Haridas Thakur, he is polluting our religion. He is not from our community, but he thinks he is the authority. Can you please punish him? So the king called him, and king said, Haridas, from now on, you're not allowed to chant. Haridas said, what kind of instruction is that? Why I cannot chant? He says, that's it. You're not allowed to chant. He said, my dear king, you are a king. You can punish me the way you like, but I cannot give up chanting. Even you make the thousands of pieces of my body, each piece of my body will chant the name of Krishna. That much faith he had, in the holy name. So the king, he could not force him not to chant. So the king said, rather than giving you punishment of death, I will, what is it word called? I will take away all your reputation from the society. So what he ordered, that take this Haridas Thakur and get him to the city center and beat him. Beat him like you beat a very, low grade criminal. And when people will see him that this person is being beaten, they think he's a criminal. They'll stop respecting him. And beat him till he dies. And if one city center is done and he's still not dead, go to the next city center. If he's not dead, go to the next city center. And soldiers were, nice king, we like to do this. So they took the Haridas Thakur. They took him to the first marketplace in the town. They started beating with like sticks, and hunter, and Haridas Thakur was just, folding his hand, chanting the name of Krishna. And they beat him and beat him and beat him. And the soldiers got tired. He said, let's take a break and take him to the next city center. They took him to the next city center. Again, they beat him like anything. Again, soldiers got tired. They came to the next city center and the next. In this way, they took them to the 21 marketplaces, 21 city centers, and people are just gathering, and some people are saying, why are you doing this? He's a nice man, why are you harassing him? And soldiers will not listen to anyone. Finally, the 21st marketplace, the soldiers, they requested Haridas Thakur, Haridas Thakur, please die. If you don't die, king will kill us. Please die. The 21 marketplaces, we were expecting you to be dead in first marketplace because we have a great record of killing people. We are expert in beating people. We didn't thought that you will survive in one marketplace. But it's 21 marketplaces. We are tired. We have no strength left. Can you please die? So Haridas Thakur said, my living causes grief in your life. My intention is that I should not create trouble for any single person in this world. But if my living, makes your life difficult, then I should do something for you. Look at Haridas Thakur's consciousness. He doesn't have even a single trace of, anger towards his people who are mercilessly beating him. He said, okay, throw me in the river Ganga and I will drown there. Yeah, and then you can tell the king that, we beat him so much he became unconscious and we threw him in Ganga. And then Haridas Thakur, they says, okay, says, but make sure you are dead. They're requesting, please Haridas Thakur, make sure you are dead. So they just threw Haridas Thakur, they put some chains and everything in his, they put him in the river, and then river Ganga, he was floating, and Haridas Thakur, he went, Prabhupada described, he went in the Samadhi. Samadhi, there is a state, where there is no motion in the body. You can't even feel a breath, in your body. So, he was thrown in the Mother Ganga, and then Haridas Thakur, he floated in the Ganga, and after a few miles, he came back to life. Again went back to the different place, a place where the other king had no jurisdiction. He went to that place, and what did Haridas Thakur do? He will chant again. He went to the other place, and again people were so happy. Oh, Haridas Thakur has come, Haridas Thakur has come. So they started, again Haridas Thakur became very famous. So then, there are so many stories, but because of the time, we have to cut short our stories. So, Haridas Thakur was respected everywhere. And Haridas Thakur actually appeared quite a few years before Lord Chaitanya. And then when Lord Chaitanya, when he shifted to Jagannath Puri, Haridas Thakur also went to Jagannath Puri. And he would, Haridas Thakur, he was given a place of residence, a place called Siddha Bakula. Siddha Bakula, there is a tree called Bakula, and it's called Siddha Bakula because Haridas Thakur used to chant under that tree. That tree is still there. Yeah, so if anybody goes to Puri, we are going in a few weeks' time. So you can go and you can touch that tree. We'll show that picture after some time. You want to just go down, down, down. Yeah, this is that tree. So that tree is still living. Even after 500 years, you can touch it. And many devotees go there, and they sit underneath the tree and they chant, under this tree, Siddha Bakula tree. And Haridas Thakur, he would, by this time he was getting very old. And Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking darshan every single day of Jagannath, he would come, after coming out of the temple, he would go to the straight to the place where Haridas Thakur was living. And Haridas Thakur was not given entrance in Jagannath Puri temple because he was not from the caste, where they are given entrance into Jagannath Puri temple. So he was not allowed in Jagannath temple. But here, can you imagine? He is not allowed to take the darshan in Jagannath temple, but the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none different than the Lord himself, he comes out after taking darshan, and the first thing he does is that he gives that darshan to Haridas Thakur. And he would give prasad to Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur very nicely would take prasadam. And now by this time he was getting very old. And one day Mahaprabhu was inquiring that why I'm not able to see Haridas Thakur nowadays. And somebody said, my Lord is getting very old. So the Mahaprabhu came to him, and Haridas Thakur was, very old this time. He was very much struggling to chant, Krishna's name to finish his round. So he said, Haridas Thakur, I'm so happy to see you. Please take this Jagannath Mahaprasad. So Haridas Thakur, he said, my Lord, I'm so grateful to you. You brought Jagannath Prasad for me. So he touched the Jagannath Prasad and he put it on his head. But he did not eat it. So he said, I respect Jagannath Mahaprasad, but my Lord, I have not finished my chanting. So Haridas Thakur will not eat before finishing his round. And now he was getting so old that many days he was not able to finish his round, so he will not eat. Said, my Lord, I have not finished my rounds. So once I finish my rounds, I will eat. So Haridas Mahaprabhu said, you are old. You don't need to chant now. My dear friend, see here. For us, the Lord says, my dear brother, my dear sisters and my dear sons and daughters, you please chant, please chant. Here Mahaprabhu is telling the Haridas Thakur, enough. You don't need to chant. Haridas Thakur says, no, my Lord, how can I give up chanting? I cannot live without chanting. Haridas Thakur, you are too old. Mahaprabhu said, Haridas Thakur said, my Lord, my body is absolutely fine, but my mind is restless. It is a problem with my mind. See, Haridas Thakur, otherwise, if I would have been asked, as I'm old now, my Lord, how long I have to chant your name? But no, Haridas Thakur said, my body is fine, body has no problem. It's just in my mind, that I have no taste for chanting the Lord's name. My dear friend, this is the qualification of Haridas Thakur. That Mahaprabhu, because of that, he made him the Namacharya. And then Haridas Thakur, then I think Mahaprabhu said, Haridas Thakur, what is your wish? So I think he said that Haridas Thakur was expecting that sooner Mahaprabhu will disappear from this earth. So he said in a kind of cryptic way, said, my Lord, I will not be able to tolerate your disappearance. So I want to go before you go. So Mahaprabhu understood his desire, that he wants to leave before I leave this world. So the day came when Haridas Thakur was about to leave his body. So Mahaprabhu came, in his house with the Jagannath Mahaprasad, and then Haridas Thakur was so happy seeing him, and he was taking his last breath. And Haridas Thakur, took Mahaprabhu's feet and pressed him on his heart, and looking at Mahaprabhu's, wonderful lotus face, Haridas Thakur was chanting, and he left his body. Sri Haridas Thakur ki! He was from Muslim family. So Haridas Thakur, it was great, great departure. The Lord himself was present in front of his eyes. His eyes were like two bumblebees. Haridas Thakur's eyes, they were just kind of hovering on Mahaprabhu's face, and then chanting Krishna's name, he left this world. And then Mahaprabhu, he was, in this ecstasy, he was crying that such a wonderful departure of a great devotee, Haridas Thakur. So Mahaprabhu, he wanted to show the world how glorious was Haridas Thakur. So he took Haridas Thakur's body and says, please everybody chant and dance. And then Mahaprabhu took his body and he was dancing with the body of Haridas Thakur in his hand. And everybody was head of tumultuous Kirtan. And Haridas Thakur, Mahaprabhu will carry his body everywhere and dancing. There's a picture there, we can see that picture. See, yes, that one. You see, behind is the Jagannath temple. These are all devotees of Mahaprabhu, and this is the body of Haridas Thakur. And then, Mahaprabhu was, he loved Haridas Thakur so much, he couldn't give up his life, he couldn't give up his body. So he took his body, and he was dancing on the streets of Jagannath Puri. And he was dancing and dancing and dancing, and in his eyes, the tears of joy, the love for, Haridas Thakur was just flowing from his eyes. And after some time, devotee said, my Lord, now this is the time to lay Haridas Thakur's body in Samadhi. So Mahaprabhu then took his body, he personally took his body to the ocean. Jagannath Puri is on the bank of the ocean. So then Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they bathed the body of Haridas Thakur there. So there's a picture here, if you see here, in Puri, Jagannath Puri. Yeah. So here you see all the devotees, and Mahaprabhu personally was bathing his body. So, he was, and then Mahaprabhu proclaimed very wonderful thing. He said, today, the ocean is purified because Haridas Thakur's body is bathed here. And Mahaprabhu said, anybody who comes and bathes in this ocean, he will get the mercy of Haridas Thakur. And he'll get my mercy also. So anybody who goes to Puri, make sure you take bath in the ocean. You will get the same, the love that Haridas Thakur has for the holy name, you'll also get the same love. Oh, very good. That's why you are here in the Hare Krishna Center. So we all want to go to Jagannath Puri? Let's go now. Let's, we don't need to go back home, Let's go Jagannath Puri. Because it's a beautiful place, Jagannath Puri is a beautiful place. And then, Mahaprabhu placed his body, in the ground, in the sand. And traditionally, in Vedic tradition, the body is cremated. But those who are a great devotee, sannyasis and sadhus, their body is not cremated. They are put into samadhi. They laid into the rest in the ground. So, Mahaprabhu personally put his body, in the samadhi, and then, they made his nice tomb there. And it is a tradition, after a great soul leaves, the devotees, they call all the devotees, to honor prasadam in the honor of the departed Vaishnava. So Mahaprabhu, he said, Haridas Thakur is so dear to me. I must, invite all the sadhus and devotees, for Haridas Thakur's feast. But Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi, he had no money. So then he would go to the shopkeepers, with his begging, like with his, sannyas cloth, and he would beg personally. My Lord, my dear friend, see, the Lord is begging for his devotee. And he would tell all the shopkeepers that Haridas Thakur has left his body. Can you please give some donation for his feast? Then he'll go shop to shop. The Lord personally begging. The whole world goes to back to the Lord. Lord, give me these, give me these, give me these. Here the Lord is begging for his devotee. This is the love that Lord has for his devotee. Can you see the difference here? When you become a devotee, you become the property of the Lord. And he will do anything for you. Anything means anything. So he was begging in the streets of Jagannath Puri. And then, the devotees, arranged a nice feast. And all the devotees came to honor the prasad. Now, Mahaprabhu was personally now serving all the devotees. He was serving the various items. But everybody was sitting and nobody was eating. So Mahaprabhu asked, why they are not eating? He said, my Lord, they will not eat if you are not eating. So you please sit down and honor the prasad. So Mahaprabhu said, if this is the case, okay, I'll sit down. Then Mahaprabhu sat down. But while sitting, he was telling, see this devotee, he likes rasgulla, serve him more rasgulla. That devotee, he likes that sabji, serve him. So while sitting, he wants to serve all the devotees who have gathered to honor Haridas Thakur. So that way, Mahaprabhu, even while he was sitting, he was still serving the devotees. And then they had a huge kirtan after that, and then after that, they all took rest. So this is the great, the disappearance of Srila Haridas Thakur. We are so lucky, we are so lucky. We can't even imagine the great fortune that we have. That we are living in the age where Haridas Thakur appeared just 500 years back. He is not a character from history that we have a doubt whether he existed or not. He is there. His samadhi is still there. We can go and take darshan of his samadhi. There's a picture there, if you can show here. That is his samadhi. Now they constructed a nice room around, and he can go to the samadhi. So his body is in samadhi, where they know that under this structure. So you can still go there. You can still feel the presence of Haridas Thakur there. We've been there a couple of times. And my God, this place is full of spiritual energy. You can feel it when you go there. So Haridas Thakur is just few hundred years back he was there. And his pastimes, his tree when he was chanting is still there. In Belpukur or somewhere, there's a place where he was chanting in one cave. I think that cave is also still there. So these things are still there. This is not a fairy tale story, it is a real story. So what we learn from Haridas Thakur is that we can't chant 192 rounds, daily. We have bills to pay and family to look after. But Prabhupada said, at least chant 16 rounds a day. It takes 2 hours. Just 2 hours of your life. Chant those rounds very nicely. And this is the Yuga Dharma. This is the process for the age of in this age of Kali Yuga. The other process of meditation, deity worship, fire sacrifices, you can do, but none of this process will give benefit as chanting the holy name of the Lord. So Prabhupada, he instructed all of us, just chant. There are 2 ways you can chant. That you come in congregation, we all come together with the mridanga and kartal, we chant the name of Krishna. So that is called Kirtan. There's another chanting, it is called Japa. Where you sit down in the home or wherever you are, pick up a bead bag, pick up the Japa mala and chant the name, on the Japamala. But both the chanting, it purifies you, it purifies his people around you, and it purifies anyone who comes in contact, while we are chanting. So, all our acharyas, then there are so many devotees, contemporary devotees, and the historical devotees, they all glorifying the process of chanting Hare Krishna. There's another, great devotee called Tukaram. Any heard name Tukaram from Maharashtra? Great devotee Tukaram. He was also a disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So many instructions he has given in his abhangas that he has written. He's just glorifying the holy name. So my dear friends, with some great good fortune, we have this Hare Krishna center in Stoke, where we have the opportunity to come together, and cultivate our love for chanting Hare Krishna. We might not have that love in the beginning. We all we have been conditioned for so many other things, watching sports, TV, cricket, so many things. We might not have taste for chanting Hare Krishna. But if you can just be in the association of devotees here, the devotees who are chanting, who has love for Krishna, just be with them. If you be with them, it is said that love of God is very contagious. You know what is contagious means? She is from hospital. You just be with the person who has love for Krishna. Just be with him. And just observe him, what he is doing. Yeah. And just with that, your heart will get purified. You'll also get the attraction for chanting the holy name. So Prabhupada, just a 70-year-old man, going to America, to the people who have no interest in God consciousness. And he was speaking a language people wouldn't even understand what he's speaking. But he's a greatest success story of our time. He changed the face of earth just by chanting in Tompkins Square Park. With a small bongo drum, he was chanting. There's a video, sometimes we'll see that video. And that the government of America, the place where Prabhupada used to chant, they put up a placard there saying, this is the place, this is the birthplace of ISKCON or Hare Krishna movement. Like we saw that Siddha Bakula, we have similar tree in America. Where Prabhupada used to sit, and chant. And people used to come, all these hippies, druggies, drug addicts, these, they're saying, what is this man, what is he chanting? It was not like a nice music presentation. It was, just a bongo drum. And Prabhupada chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He didn't know a single person there. But his only faith in the holy name, in the instruction of his Guru Maharaj, he created a revolution. So this is another proof of the power of the holy name. That no matter who you are, where you are, you simply chant Hare Krishna, all the success will come. All that you need will be provided to you. All that you have will be protected. So I stop here. Thank you all very much for coming today and hearing about Srila Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. We just take 2-3 minutes. Anybody has any questions or comment about today's discussion? Is there a book? Of course there is a book. In Chaitanya Charitamrit, the pastimes of Chaitanya described there are quite a few chapters on Haridas Thakur. And there are other supplementary books also there on Haridas Thakur. I'm sure you are excited to go to Puri to see Haridas Thakur Samadhi. Yeah. Okay, so we stop here now. we'll have a nice Kirtan now. So in the Kirtan, please remember Haridas Thakur, and pray to Krishna that may we be blessed, with some drops of Haridas Thakur's mercy, and we can follow on his footsteps. We cannot become Haridas Thakur, but we can follow on his footsteps. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Shri Radhe. Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram. Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva. Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nam Sankirtan ki
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Stotar Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Vrinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki all glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, I did a short one. Let's do the full one now. Namam Vishnu. Sorry, I can't do it now. प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवाशादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की बृहत मृदंग ट्रांससेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की ट्रांससेंडेंटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadayine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatankanakalaye Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimha Pahe Narasimha Hitaye Narasimha Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Abuddha Shingam Dalita Shiputtanubringyam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Mahaprasada Govind.
नाम ब्रह्मणि वैष्णवे
Shvapapunya Vatamnajan.
विश्वासो न विचायते
Sharirara Vachaja.
जोड़न दिए ताहे काल
Jive Phelan Vishaya Sagade.
तार भज्जिवाति
Loba Maya Sadumati.
ताके जेटा कठिन संसारे
Krishna Baro Dinamai.
कोर बाजी वजाए
Shapasada Madela Pai.
सया नाम रित पाओ
Radha Krishna Guraga.
प्रेम डाको चैतन्य निताय
Janamai Janata.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare.
महाप्रसादम की
Hare Krishna. Please a big round of applause to our little stars. So they had a first what called duet recitation of Mahaprasada Govinde. Very innovative, both can do it together. Before they were just doing by themselves. Yeah, so wonderful. So thank you all very much everyone for coming today. Anybody who has come for the first time to our temple here? Yeah, first time. Would you like to introduce yourself? Say where are you from and how did you find about the temple? If you do not mind, one of the family member can do that. Yeah.
Hello everyone, myself Atul Mishra, and we shifted here from India last year only, so it has been 1 year since then, and we are searching for any temple nearby. Actually we live in Stafford, So we got this one, and we are here to be part of this. Thank you.
We all come together. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So I'm from India. I'm from Hyderabad, and we all come almost same time. A day gap. It's almost 1 year. Just we thought of going to some temple today, and we are here. And my name is Srikant. Yeah. Thanks for this opportunity. Thanks. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, yeah. So should I introduce? Yeah. Hello everyone. I'm Ritu. I'm his wife, and we are basically from Varanasi. Okay, and we have shifted just as he said that from last year. We are here, and so we are searching for any temple that we should go for just for a when you can worship and we can just for kids. So we are here, and we are very blessed that we are here now and we have this opportunity. Thank you so much everyone, and Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Om.
Hello everyone. My name is Diksha. Hare Krishna. My name is Diksha. It's been 1 year over here. I'm originally from India. I'm here as a student. I came yesterday, 11 o'clock, I believe, and it was really very. I felt peace. I felt very welcoming. Thank you so much, sir. That's why I've come here, because I tried to go to like various places where I could find my peace, gurdwaras and all, but I really felt very welcoming, and it's really good. I really love the environment and everything. Yeah, just want to say thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Hare Krishna.
So give a big round of applause to Diksha, Ritu, Atul, and Shrikant. You know, so very grateful to you. You took your very precious time out of your life and came straight to decided to spend with us. We pray to Radha Gokulanand that may you be part of our family. We are not very far from Stoke-on-Trent. We are here every Sunday, 12 to 2. We have many other festivities as well. 12, this is our flagship program every Sunday. We have other activities like we have this children's program going on very nicely. Soon we are going to announce a proper structured program for the children. And many other activities also are there in the temple. So we pray to Prabhupada and Radha Gokulanand be part of our family. And we like to formally welcome by 3 times loudly chanting Hari Bol to these devotees. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Okay, so this is one of our devotee called Sean, who comes every Saturday to our Bhakti Lounge program. These are program for our neighbors, those who want to get introduced to Bhakti. And a very wonderful devotee. He's been a devotee actually from last 35 years. And recently he came to news that his mother has contracted a cancer disease. So the whole family is a bit shattered. So he has requested all the devotees to please pray for his mom. That if devotees pray for any living entities, then the Krishna definitely listens to those prayers. So Prabhupada has taught us, how we can, what kind of prayers we should do. So we should pray to Krishna that Krishna, may you do the best for that person. We do not know what is best for a person. We might think this is good or this is bad, but Krishna knows what is best for the devotee. So let's close your eyes, and please pray to Radha Gokulanand. Oh Radha Gokulanand, please make this living entity, makes Sean's mom, very happy and blissful, and may you Krishna do the best, for that person. So let's chant one Hare Krishna Maha Mantra together for this devotee with the core of your heart. Let's do it together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Just one or two other announcements, not specific, but our festivities are starting very soon. We'll have a Diwali festival, Govardhan Puja festival, many festivals are coming. So next Sunday, we'll give you the full schedule of all our festivities coming now. So, there are festivals might not even heard of before, we'll be celebrating those. We'll be attempting to do a wedding ceremony of Krishna and Vrinda. Have you heard of this wedding ceremony? Called Tulsi Viva. We all like to go to wedding, isn't it? Wedding is our favorite place to go. So we're going to have a wedding in our temple. Krishna and Tulsi, Vrinda. So there'll be wedding in the temple. So watch out for that day. That date, what date will be there. And there are other festivals also we'll be doing in our temple. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Prashadam is served upstairs. You can make your way upstairs. And also the shop is open today. If you like any book or any things for the home, you can buy it from the shop.